Hello Scrappy Peeps, this is Iris with a layout once again for the Wild Hare Kit Club. This is using my September kit, and with the colors and the sentiments and little icons in mostly the Dear Lizzie Lovely Day, I thought they would pair well with these photos of my two children on their first day of school. One of them just became a high schooler and the other one middle schooler, and I liked some of the word strips on that sticker sheet, and so I thought this would be a good opportunity to scrap those photos, which I don't normally scrap photos that soon after I've taken them. This was only a couple weeks ago. Added to the stuff from my kit, I grabbed a piece of navy cardstock. So here I am trimming the photos, which were 3x4 and 4x4, and I just got this Tonic Studios trimmer, which I don't know if you've seen some of my other videos. I was kind of lamenting the fact that, or I was questioning the fact that I would have to bring my big trimmer over to my table, and I just really didn't like it. I like to cut standing at a counter, but I needed something for these quick trims, so I grabbed this Tonic Studio trimmer, and I have to say it cuts like butter, although it doesn't have the lit track, so it is a little difficult to figure out where it is cutting exactly. So here, briefly, you saw that I was folding over the corners. I wanted to do that fold over technique with some elements peeking out, and I was trying to decide which corner to do that on. Just auditioning some of the little, they call them rubber charms, and that's from the Pink Fresh Studio Dream On collection. And then I knew that I wanted to use these numbers since my kids are going into 6th and 9th grade. And originally I thought I would just put them willy-nilly somehow in between. Here I'm pointing out that the word strips were one of the things I really wanted to use. And then I saw the cut apart had this "and" tag, and the colors matched my numbers, so I decided to incorporate that into my title. So I'm going to go off, and here they are, trim up that cut apart sheet. Now I'll bring back the little trimmer to just get the corners of the tags. I could have just done the one tag, but you know, once you start trimming, you just sort of trim everything. So the background paper that I chose is also from Pink Fresh Studios Dream On collection, and I like the fact that the circles have lines sort of reminiscent of school paper with the lines. Now I start playing with the placement, and with multiple photos it can be challenging, especially if they're not quite the same size. So I used one of my tried and true band techniques. So I'm just going to place them all the way across the band with a little bit of contrast there from the Chamel's Little by Little paper with the blue feathers. And I'm just going to trim that. Well, here I am still kind of auditioning things. Some of the strips from that. The cut apart sheet is from One Canoe 2 Hazelwood line. And there I am, just kind of testing things out some more. Now, when I have like a big sticker sheet or something like that, I like to pull out things that I think I might use and then just sort of put the whole sheet away so that I don't have to keep looking at all the things that I know I'm not going to use for sure. I can always go back and pull more things out, but you know, these were the ones that I initially thought I would fit the page well. That hay, I really liked the hay sentiment, just sort of like, I don't know why, but you'll see that I am going to use that as part of the title. So I just move things around. I'm going to cut this paper and come back. There it is, all cut, and start doing some gluing down. So when I started this layout, I really didn't have any idea what I was going to do. I just knew I wanted to do the fold over technique, and I knew the photos I wanted to use, and that's about it. So this was totally like, well, let me just start fiddling around. Fortunately, the title, instead of having to like spell out a whole kind of boring title like, you know, Back to School 2017, I decided to do this with the tag, which I really like. Now, cutting out the middle hole there, I'm using the We Are Memory Keepers Power Punch, which is the traditional size of a hole punch. You know, I have the crocodile, but those cut smaller. And I do have a slightly bigger, I think it's a 3/8 inch punch from Cake Success, but that was going to be a little too big for the hole. So I placed my band not quite centered, since I decided to do the fold over at the top left. And like I said, I decide to incorporate the word hay into the title. So the title is officially Hay 6th and 9th. Here I am using the Bella Boulevard little tile stickers to do the TH on that. So it's supposed to read kind of enthusiastic, hey, 6th and 9th. And you'll see as I keep putting on the little sentiments and stuff, they're all very encouraging sentiments like go see do and just be cool and be you, never stop dreaming. So I thought those were all really good for a first day of school photo layout. That's why I brought over this the cardstock, the navy cardstock. I had a sheet of paper that I really, really loved, and it's the slightly navy. The blue is not as navy, but you know, it fit the kit well, and it had a print on it. But I really didn't want to cut into that because I want to use that for my next layout. So I just went with the plain cardstock in the background. And here I am just fiddling around with placement. I do that quite a bit. In fact, I speed this up a bit. Just, this is the fun part, and that's one of the reasons I decided to go with a band design, nothing spectacularly like innovative, because it can be just fun to, like for me, doing all the little embellishments is one of the best parts. And so if I don't have to worry about the design of the base, and then I can just kind of play around with all the little bits, that makes me happy. Those little girl stickers, the puffy stickers, which I think I mentioned are Dear Lizzie, Lovely Day, aren't something that I normally would use if I hadn't gotten this kit. So this is pushing me to do something new. And I really like the result. It's just a little, it's playful, and I think fit the photos as well. And like I was saying, I really like to just sort of move things around and fit all these little word strips and little, the puffy stickers, the rubber charms. Those were from Pink Fresh Studio Dream On. I just like to just play with them and move them around and fit them into little clusters. I think that's the best part of doing the layout. Been using this tape. I don't generally like tape, but I know that with the rubber charms, it's better to use the tape rather than, say, glue dots, which is my go-to for things that can't be done with a tape runner. And so it was a bit fiddly there with all the little pieces to get the banner down. I'm trying to see if I wanted to bring more of that dark blue down further, and I toyed with the idea of putting it towards the bottom right corner, but I decided that I'm just going to have all my trinkets, all the little embellishments going top down, left to right, but not all the way to the right corner. And I want to put the journaling down there under the banner. So in order to bring a little bit more of that dark color from the top left, I used my kids' initials. And here I am finding a roller stamp with the right date. Normally I've been having problems with finding something that has like earlier dates, like 2008, and this time the one I picked didn't have 2017, so I had to go back. My impression wasn't that great, but just going over it with a pen was enough to fill in the 22. And I'm going to repeat the and symbol with just handwritten and that's going to take care of that. And then I just need to trim that one little ticket. And there's my layout. This was fun and quick for me. It was a quick layout for me, even though I had no clue exactly what I wanted to do. But sometimes that's okay. You just go with a basic design and then just go hog wild embellishing. Thank you so much for watching and for continuing to watch my layouts process videos. And here are the places that you can find me online. We'll see you next time.